AI scams have reached a whole new level. Using AI to buy a home? Listen up, as I can help you avoid mistakes costing hundreds of thousands. This week, while meeting clients in Shanghai, I saw a 315 Gala report on a CEO falsifying info. It's okay if you don't fully understand. Basically, it means that someone can fabricate a reputation for a smartwatch out of thin air within 24 hours, and a large amount of fake content gets picked up by several well-known AI platforms. He even charges specifically for this service, and charges a lot. He calls this stamp collecting. My first reaction wasn't anger, it was breaking out in a cold sweat. Since I come from an IT background, I'm very familiar with this logic. If someone with malicious intent wanted to hype up a certain small town in Australia, all they would need to do is hire people or use AI to mass-produce posts on Reddit and other high-authority forums, real estate websites, and platforms like Medium or even LinkedIn, writing about how great this small town is, right? They could talk up its potential for appreciation, how strong and high the rental returns are, and so on. Once this content reaches a certain level of coverage, it will start to contaminate the AI's training data. Then when you ask ChatGPT which places in Victoria are good for investment, it might actually recommend this small town to you. It could even override the real data it finds on realestate.com.au. It's not because this small town is actually that great, but because someone has paid to make it look good. There are some small towns, especially those with populations under 20,000. These niche places have a smaller base, so they're even more susceptible to being influenced. The fewer online resources there are in a particular niche, the easier it is to shape the AI's judgment. Now, AI indexes content rapidly, whether using ChatGPT or Gemini. While AI seems able to distinguish truth from falsehood, China's 315 News reported that even professionals are fooled by these tactics. Essentially, LLMs just perform statistics. They don't verify sources, they simply follow the majority consensus and consider that to be true. And then actually, I was just thinking to myself, since we help clients buy houses, most of the purchases are concentrated in certain districts and specific streets because we know which household registrations have the most potential or which streets in a district have the most potential. So maybe I could even say, hey, pay to do this kind of thing. When others ask where to buy in Melbourne, he can pinpoint it precisely. For example, in Narre Warren, buy on these specific streets, in Braewood, buy on these streets, or in Dee Park, buy on these streets, and in Frankston, buy on these streets. Because these streets are filled with my clients' properties, this is actually achievable. Many people find it unbelievable and ask, can you really change ChatGPT's answers? But speaking from a real IT background, the more niche and specialized the field is, the easier it is for AI to be misled by information you've planted in advance, because it can't find much online. Besides making things up, it can only gather some scattered bits of information, and then it gets confused by the information you've seeded. So my suggestion regarding AI is that you should use it mainly for preliminary screening, but never for making final decisions. For anything it recommends to you, you should always double check it yourself on Google. For example, imagine that AI can create an image of a smartwatch out of thin air and even claim that it's better than Apple's. Would you really believe that, right? You can look up the 315 News online or search for it on Xiaohongshu. This is a real event.